Yo everyone, how's it going? Now I know what y'all are about to say. Neo, what the fuck bro? You start up this fitness channel, you do these videos saying you're gonna be talking about the ketogenic diet, showing us all the tips and tricks so we can make some fucking gains, and then you disappear, man. What the fuck is going on? Well, you see, what had happened was, typical black person excuse, but all that stuff is water under the bridge. It doesn't matter. It's in the past, as Rafiki says. I'm here to record a video that, to be honest, I kind of got to give a shout out to homie Mark Zuckerberg, the android over there in Congress, man. I got to give a shout out to this man because had it not been for Facebook notifying me of a particular event, I don't think I ever would have recorded this video, or at least not until further down the road where I'm stretched for ideas. But let's talk about this, man. So I got a notification on Facebook from their On This Day application, which for those of you guys who are unaware, is essentially Facebook showing you all of your various posts throughout the years. And as I'm sure you can surmise, that comes with a lot of good, a lot of great nostalgia, but it also is coupled with various cringe posts from our early days in social media, which we'd all like to forget. But the important thing is that we lived through them and we've become a better person, right? And there was one post in particular that I think more than anything personified me becoming the best version of myself that I could possibly be. It was dated March 2014, and it was the very first day that I decided to get my life in order. Notice I didn't say the very first day I stepped foot into the gym. Because one thing that I've noticed when it comes to not just me in particular, but a lot of people is that we've all dabbled in the process of getting in shape, getting healthy, wanting to be bigger, stronger, leaner, faster, want to look good at the beach, you want to attract girls or guys, don't discriminate on this channel. But one thing that I've really noticed throughout the past of all these people who are doing these sort of posts is that they never talk about how this lifestyle has really changed them for the better. And that's what I want to do in this video. I don't want to talk to you guys about my first experiences lifting and why I'm so excited to lift every single day 4 years later. I want to talk about how this stuff has made me a better person. So we might as well just start off with a little bit of a history about me. So this is going to be very chill, laid back, relaxed, you know what I'm saying? Growing up, I was never really a big kid. I was never obese. In fact, I was actually one of the skinniest kids around. I think my height had some level of contribution to this, but I was extremely skinny. So much to the point that a lot of my relatives would comment on that whenever I would go down south and visit them. There's a particular term in Amharic, which is the language spoken by my people, Ethiopians. There's this term called wallo, which I believe translates to like deathly skinny or something like that. I know all the true Habeshas in the room are going to correct me. But yeah, that's how I was. Growing up, I was extremely thin to the point where I got all the comments you could think of. Why don't you eat more? Why are you so skinny, man? If you turn to the side, we're not going to see you. Like those type of comments. And of course, it was all in good fun, if you will. And as a kid, I really didn't take all that stuff to heart because I'm a kid. Why do I gotta worry about all that stuff? People say I'm skinny. Okay, cool. I'm skinny. But it wasn't until I turned, I guess, 11, 12, 13, around that time where I started to be more productive around the house. I started to receive an allowance, work, if you will, where I started to just eat a lot of food. And as I ate a lot of junk food every single week, I would go there on Saturdays to Stop and Shop, and I would, get like crazy amounts of Cheetos and Oreos and ice cream and all this. And it was sort of a ritual for me. I would come home on Saturday night and I would watch Toonami and I would just eat loads and loads of junk food. And what separated me when I was 13 from me when I was 7 is that I really wasn't as active as I used to be. So when I'm sitting there eating all that junk food and not doing anything, I started to put on a little bit of weight. But of course, it wasn't a big deal because I was tall. And since I was tall, this sort of helped me throughout the years because when you're tall, the distribution of weight is very different as opposed to someone who is, let's say, 5'4". So for me, having some excess baggage on me wasn't really noticeable because of my height, in addition to the fact that I wore a lot of baggy clothes. But inside, I knew that I was unhappy with myself. I started to develop, the love handles, jelly rolls, that sort of thing. I started to get some man boobs. And in general, I was not satisfied with the way I was looking. And this sort of followed me from my early teenage years into my early adulthood up until I turned, 2014. I would be 20 years old going on 21. And it wasn't until one of my coworkers, who I guess she didn't mean it the way she said, but to me it kind of, I guess hurt to me. It was the first time that someone had ever called me fat. So I was just working, minding my own business, and one of my coworkers, she kind of noticed that I had put on a little bit of extra pudge because I was making a lot more money since I was an adult, and I was, I guess, spending it on food and going out and doing all this stuff. And she commented and she said, "Chris, you've gotten so fat. What happened to you, man?" And in my mind, I, again, thought nothing of it because I know I'm not fat. I'm a really tall dude. I'm 6'3". It just must be, I must be bloated or something like that. And I remember my comment that I replied to her. I was just like, well, I love food, something like that. And in that very moment, I knew that I had to change something, because when she said that, it took a couple of hours for me to really process it, but it was true. I looked at myself in the mirror and I just really wasn't happy. And I decided to make a change. I was on Instagram scrolling, and one of my boys, Preston, he's really big into the Herbalife movement, the Herbalife community. You guys might have heard that if you've been about getting healthy and all that stuff. And I just straight up took a plunge, and I was like, you know what, man? This guy has lost so much weight. This guy's gaining muscle, and we're around the same age. I'm gonna hit him up and see what I could do, man, because clearly me trying to work out every couple of weeks wasn't working. So I hit him up. He walked me through the process. I ordered Herbalife. And I started my journey, man. I got my products in the mail. I started to clean up my diet. I started working out. And I started to notice the changes, the improvements. Not only in my body composition, I was losing weight, but just in general, my mindset had shifted. There was a period in time where the only time I would ever be motivated to do something was when it was something leisurely. So playing video games or hanging out with friends, whatever. That was my main goal. It was for me to have fun, enjoy myself. Very rarely did I put too much effort into other things that matter, unfortunately, and I'm sure you guys could surmise what that would mean, spending quality time with family and school and, work and all that stuff. I put the bare minimum into all that sort of stuff. But once I started working out and getting my nutrition in order, something just changed inside me. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to be in this for the long haul. There's no crash diets. There's none of this. I'm going to work out for 30 days. And if I'm not happy with the progress, I'm going to say, screw all this. I had to get myself up every single morning and attack the day like it was my last. So whether I was working out at 5 a.m. in the morning or 5 p.m. in the morning, what was I doing in that day to make my life better? And that mindset has really helped me throughout the past 4 years. It's helped me a lot with video making. It's helped me in school. It's helped me in work. It's just helped me to appreciate a lot of the things in life. And that's something I really don't notice with a lot of people talking about working out, because they're always in the gym. They're just like, yeah, man, whatever. I like working out, looking good, all that stuff. But for me, this honestly saved me. It saved me, and it helped transform me into a better individual, because I realized that if I could put all this time, effort, and energy into working out in the gym, and put all this time, effort, and energy into getting my nutrition in order and seeing the results that come from it, who's to say I can't do anything else, man? Self-discipline was one of the biggest things that I got when it came to working out, because I realized, no one is going to do this shit for me. I got to do it myself. I can't sit here and think that, if I eat just some greens, I'm going to be healthy, or if I eat everything in moderation, everything is going to be good. I had to really dial in whatever I was doing to the highest degree. And that's what really helped me. I started to understand my body and what exercises work best for it. I started to surpass my limits, as corny as that sounds. And you really learn about yourself on this journey of self-discovery, if you will. You realize that a lot of the things that you thought were impossible are really just all in your head. Like, you are your biggest enemy and your biggest critic at the end of it. Like, there were times where I had a great fucking workout. I looked at myself in the mirror and I'm just like, man, I look like shit. What is going on with this? But it was those days where I felt like crap, where I look back and I'm just like, at least I got it done. At least I didn't quit. Because even if you take a couple of steps back, if you have more steps going forward, you are still making progress. And that's something that a lot of people, unfortunately, do not understand. They think that this stuff is going to happen overnight, and when they don't get the progress they want, they quit and say it didn't work for me. That's one thing that I will always be forever grateful for when it comes to lifting. It's not just all about the muscles and getting slim and seeing your six pack and having all the girls comment. It's anything but that. That superficial stuff is a great benefit. It's a great plus. And I mean, hey, that's why we're killing ourselves in there for an hour and a half. But for me, it's what came within that really helped me. I just started to look at the more positive aspects of life. I was always an optimistic dude, but when it came to doing that sort of stuff, it just amplified that to a higher level. It's like my mind expanded, as corny as that sounds. But it's true, man. And what I'm showing you guys on screen is just a couple of photos of the progresses that I've made throughout the years, going from 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, and now 2018. As you can see, even though I had a couple of setbacks, I've lost a lot of weight, I've put back some weight, there's always consistent progress. And I'll probably do another video later on detailing like my overall physique and how I've changed it throughout the years. But one thing that I think a lot of people need to realize is that if you're gonna get on this, you have to be committed. You have to dedicate this like it is your freaking job. And I know a lot of people don't wanna make fitness a career and they wanna make it blah, 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 blah. But if you want results, you gotta put in the time, the effort, and the energy. Like regardless of what people say where, oh, you just have to dedicate X amount of time here and X amount of time there. It's like, no, if you're not dedicating to like making this a goal of yours, something that you want, then you're not gonna get any results. That's something that a lot of people don't realize. They think that they can just go to the gym, come home, eat a salad, and get results. No, it goes far beyond that. You gotta really focus on the quality of food. You gotta focus on the type of workouts you're doing. You gotta focus on that mind-muscle connection. You gotta focus on your recovery. There's so much stuff that goes into it that is really overwhelming, but that's kind of the fun in it because you learn so much along the way. And here I am 4 years later, man, and every single day I get so excited to go to the gym. Whether I'm running a hypertrophy bodybuilder program, or I'm doing powerlifting to increase my strength, or if I'm just doing a lot of core body weight exercises, I am really excited to go into the gym and fuck some shit up, for lack of a better term, man. And that's what's really kept me motivated throughout the years, knowing that I have this opportunity here, whether it's just for 90 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hours, where I could test myself, I can push myself, and I could surpass my limits. And it's made me a better person because of it. And yeah, that's essentially it, ladies and gentlemen. I know it kind of sounds redundant and I'm regurgitating myself, but it is true, man. Anything you want in life is yours. You just gotta put in the fucking work. Stop making excuses. Stop saying, I don't have enough time for this and that. If you want it, you will make the freaking time. You will find little gaps within your day where you can get stuff done. Maybe you sitting around and watching a couple episodes of The Office, even though it's an amazing show, maybe you can dedicate that 40 minutes you watch 2 episodes during dinner, you can focus that into going into the gym. You don't need to work out for 3 hours to get results. All you need is really 10, 15 minutes of high quality work and you will get progress. And yeah, that's it, y'all. I'm done rambling. I hope you guys enjoy this video. From me for now, my name is NGS signing out. Like always, I will catch you guys later. Peace.